What's up, Devils? J-Dog back here again for another goddamn video for you. Today's video, again, is going to be question time, and you know how we do it. So, no further ado, already kind of brought them up on my phone, going back a couple videos, and I'll try to knock out 2, maybe 3 videos. Because I skimmed through them and not a lot of questions. So, you guys, keep them goddamn questions coming. I want questions, goddamn it. I'm getting 2 to 500 views per video. I should see 2 to 500 comments per video. So keep them coming. So, yeah, we'll try to answer as many of them can and keep this going without any further ado. So here we go. First one from Abhorrent Spawn 666. Love the videos. I noticed the new Immolation album is coming out on Longbox. Do you have any Longbox CDs in your collection? And what do you think there will be? And do you think there will be a full resurgence of that packaging? I don't think I own any long boxes. I might own one or so. I'm not a big fan of them. They look cool. The only reason I'm not a big fan of them is because I don't know where the fuck to put them. You know what I mean? So you see how my CDs are stored here, right? Then you see the LPs. My 7-inch are in my closet in those 7-inch boxes. And then I have like a kind of like a box full of like miscellaneous shit, like box sets and stuff like that. That's also in my other closet here. So they're cool. Like I knew, like with one of the later Asphyx albums, Hell's got them in. They were on a long box, so I don't know if there's resurgence on them as much as there'll be in the as when the '90s when they were really popular. But they definitely have been. I've seen them around. Last, it's not just this Immolation. So, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan of them only because I don't know where the fuck to put them, and I don't want to have to get another goddamn shelving rack just to store an item that's kind of like there's not that many coming out, right? But they look cool, and I can see why someone would like them. So that answers that. Lorian the Epic 112. Has Hells ever thought about re-releasing the Regurgitation Clitoral Dectomy shirts? Recently picked up the CD for it and would love a shirt to go along with it. Also, I personally think it's their best release and prefer it over the other versions of the Necrotic Disgorgement album. Oh, shit, look at that. Ironically enough, I'm wearing a goddamn Regurgitation shirt, too. Tails Necrophilia. You know what? I don't know. I'd be up for it. I'd have to ask Brian. The thing is I know, and I forget what the answer was. I know we talked about doing the clitoral CD maybe on something like either a re-release or an LP. And shirts would be cool too, but I forget what the answer was. He's either the label that initially did it, which who was it? Was it Pathos or whatever? I think he had a falling out with the label, or maybe Brian. I know Brian's restarting Ablated Records again. Maybe he said he's going to re-release it himself. I forget what it was, and I have to re-ask him, but it definitely was brought up, and it didn't go anywhere because there was some reasoning, or maybe he wanted to add bonus tracks. I don't remember, but there was a reason to why we haven't done it yet, or maybe we'll never do it. But I'd be up for it. Yeah, I think it's a good disc. I like Tales from Necrophilia more, but I do like that. I do like that disc. Shame it's just an EP. I would have liked another full length, but yeah, it's good shit. Here we go. What do we got here? Yeah, Life Eternal. It's got some questions, it looks like. Man, Protector's underrated band for sure. Sick Ripping Corpse shirt, brah. Are you going to tune in for the new Destruction album this year? Well, so he's got a few questions. Probably not. I didn't even know they were doing a new album. I'll be honest, I don't remember the last album I heard by Destruction. I'm kind of one of those old heads. I only like the early albums. You know what? Is Antichrist one of the albums? Like, what year is that? I think that's probably the only. That's like a '90s album or 2000s album, right? I think that's the only one from modern times that I've heard. I mean, most of them I haven't. I just kind of like, to me, Destruction. It was the first 3 records or so. So I don't even like, pretty much even like the first one I didn't like care for or whatever. I think it was Cracked Brain. What's on that? I don't even remember that one much. But so I think it's like Mad Butcher Down is the stuff that I like. So yeah, I never really followed much by Destruction ever since. Yeah, since the '80s. Eternal Devastation, all that stuff. Also, you a fan of Merciless from Sweden? I am with the first record. Yeah, The Awakening, great fucking record. I know I've heard maybe the second album, third album. I don't remember it all. I remember it not sucking, but I remember thinking, it's not the same. That's what I remember. But it's been a long time. Maybe if I went back to listen to it again, I would fucking love it. 3. Glenn sounds like a moody dude. He seemed really cool in the Hellcast interview he did, but honestly, him writing that on Butchered at Birth is kind of hilarious, though. Yeah, it is pretty fucking funny, actually. Bro, that would be killer if you guys reissued the Ouroboros stuff. It's kind of pain. Yeah, he's asked about that stuff, and I've answered him. So cool. Yeah, the Glenn stuff. Yeah, I didn't take it personally. I thought it was kind of like almost fitting for the band, and I have heard that. It was actually even like, because years later when I saw Cannibal again, I even told Corpse Grinder and shit about that. He thought it was funny. He's like, yeah, he's like, Glenn, he's either really cool or he could. It's like it really depends on the mood he's in. And the interview on Hellcast, the funny thing is about that, I was actually the one supposed to be doing that interview, because yeah, Reaper knows that I'm like the biggest DSI fan of all time, and the only reason I didn't is it was, I mean, come on, you go around Glenn's schedule. That's just the way it is. He was lucky to even get the fucking interview, right? And I was already going to Vegas at the time, so I was out in Vegas when that happened. I wasn't going to cancel my fucking trip. Tickets bought, plane flight, you know what I mean? Hotels paid for, everything. So it happened the exact same time. So I was definitely bummed. If one video I wanted to be on would have been that, because that would have had other questions. I don't remember what all Reaper did. He did a pretty good job. I think some of the questions he asked were ones that I did ask him to ask, like about the King Diamond question. I know I asked him that. And I think Reaper said before the recording started, he said, I don't know, like either Glenn just prefaced or Reaper asked anything you don't want to talk about, whatever. I think whatever it was, he said anything's fair game except the Hoffman brothers, and I don't want to talk about that. So, but yeah, I've heard he can be super cool. I agree. In the interview, I thought he was surprisingly fucking relaxed and cool too. But I mean, he's in his own home and shit. I understand it. Man, if I was on the road and shit all the time too, I'd be. If you guys ever come to me, because like I'd probably be pretty grumpy too. So if you ever come to me at a show and shit, and I'm not in a good mood or whatever, I'm not I'm not gonna do that. But if it's probably just because I'm tired or whatever, and because sometimes like at some shows I'm ready to go home. Like I'm fucking like fuck in general. I'm in bed by 10 o'clock at night. So when a show's 2 a.m. or whatever, I'm not in probably the most chatty mood. So if you ever were to see me too, so him night after night and actually playing, and you're not in your hometown, you're not in your home bed, and you're just eating just fucking road food, and I would that I wouldn't like that lifestyle personally. So yeah, I'd be probably in a pretty shitty mood too. So I didn't take it personally at all. I thought it was actually kind of fucking funny, and it's good for a good story time, right? Yeah. Next, Lance Conant. If you had already answered this, my bad. But I was wondering if you collect tapes at all. I actually don't. For years I thought about it, especially some of the demos that never come out. But the reason I never like tapes is, well, number one, now it's another format I got to collect. Number two, I don't got room to store anything else. Number three, I got to get another fucking rack. Number four, I got to get a fucking player for them. And I never always liked the fact that they're so small in the cover art. Like I always like when the demo, whatever's on a 7-inch, better. It's just more commemorated. And the tapes, after so many listens, they wear out. Or if they don't completely wear out, they start to sound really shitty. And to me, that was like, I don't like that. Like, so you almost got to limit how much you listen to it. If you really, really like it that much, it's like, how much are you going to listen to it? Because you're going to wear the fucking thing out, right? So yeah, not a big fan of cassettes. I will say this, a lot of reissue cassettes that have been coming out and stuff, especially the box sets that like Floga Records has been doing. I think those are really nice. Some of those I actually did want to buy. Like the Dissection one's really good. The King Diamond. I did a Cannibal Corpse, Pungent Stench. I mean, really, really cool shit. So I was very tempted to pick them up just because they look cool. So what are some from Ricky J? Seen he's commented on a few of my videos too, so another comment from you. Thanks, bud. What are some bands that were better on the second album? Whew, better on the second album. Fuck, I don't know. I guess that'd be obviously a matter of opinion, right? But like bands that I like second album better. Sinister. I like Diabolical Summoning more than I like Cross the Sticks. Don't get me wrong, I love Cross the Sticks, but Diabolical Summoning is actually my favorite Sinister album. So them. Immolation. My favorite Immolation album is Here and After. I mean, don't get me wrong, Dawn of Possession, it's a death metal classic. Can't go to your grave without it. All the old heads, that's their favorite. I understand why it's their favorite. Really unique sound album. Here and After was the first record I ever heard by them. I loved it. It's literally one of my favorite records to this day. Actually, Immolation in general is one of my favorite bands. Later ones, actually, I will check out the newest Immolation too, because there's not an album by them I think sucks. Some of the newer ones I definitely don't know as well. It's a new listen every time. But albums like Harnessing Ruin and drawing a blank, I know most of them, but yeah, I think those are good albums. After Unholy Cult is where it's kind of my memories, fuzzy on it. It's usually kind of a new listen. But Unholy Cult down, I know those albums very, very well, all the songs. So yeah, Here and After, I think that I like that album better. The song Nailed the Gold is one of my all-time favorite death metal songs ever. So yeah, for me, Immolation, Sinister, King Diamond. I like Abigail better than I do Thread of Portrait. Hell, I like them and Abigail better than I do Fatal Portrait. I like Fatal. Don't get me wrong, Fatal Portrait is great, but I like those albums better. Maybe Venom. I mean, do I like black metal more than Welcome to Hell? It's kind of a toss up. Yeah, it's pretty. I don't know if I'd like say I like it better. I like them about even. Um, see, no one else is coming to my mind, but yeah, I don't know. No one else is coming directly to mind, but definitely those. I like second albums better. As I said. Oh yeah, actually, a huge one. Kreator, Pleasure to Kill. I definitely like Pleasure to Kill more than I like Endless Pain for sure. So yeah, Kreator for sure. That'd probably be the number one that stands out because I like Pleasure to Kill way more than I like Endless Pain. Not that I think Endless Pain stinks, but Pleasure to Kill is fucking. I just thought it was. I just thought it was a lot better. Just so much more energy and fucking punch to it. So who's the person in the HH commercial? That's I believe that's Craig. I wasn't there for the recording for that, but I'm almost positive that's Craig. And then I think Eric recorded it. I think Eddie Satan fucking helped out with the video too, so maybe he was in something. I don't know. I actually wasn't there when we recorded it, but I'm almost positive. I know Craig and Eric helped with it, so I'm almost positive it's Craig and Eric. And because there's a few videos, different ones made, and like when we did the Organ magazine, like the Demon on the Crapper, I know that was Craig, so I'm pretty sure it's Craig for the ones you're referring to. Okay, next fucking video. That was all the questions for that one. You pulling it up, guys. Bear with me on this crap fucking phone. So we were on the rating video, how to rate a goddamn album properly on a number of 1 to 10. Okay, from Nevermore Rules. I think I did a question for me on one of these other videos, didn't I, bro? Latest Mayhem album is okay, but all the songs pretty much sound the same. I think J-Dog, do you know if there will be a future Void Meditation Cult album? Haven't heard anything about them since 2016. So is the band done? First thing on Mayhem, I think it was either from these comments I was watching. When I talk about Mayhem, there's more Mayhem comments. Oh, there's more Mayhem comments on this video. I don't know. I'll scroll through. And then it was this video. I went back, listened, and actually, 2 days ago, I went back and listened to Mayhem Damon. I think it was Randy that texted me too. Check out later Mayhem. I will admit it wasn't bad. It actually sounded like Mayhem. I probably wouldn't pick it up, buy it, but it definitely it was way better than I thought it was going to be. It sounded like black metal, sounded like Mayhem. I'm like, oh, this is a respectable album. But I think kind of like what you said. I don't remember if I thought every song sounded the same, but there was like nothing stood out to me. Like for example, like when I always first heard Mayhem, like songs like Freezing Moon, Funeral Fog, Death Crush, Chainsaw Guts Fuck. Those are just like they're good fucking standout songs. Like they had songs. This Damon album, maybe I'd have to listen to it more. Nothing. It's just like, oh, it's standard black metal. It's true black metal. But where's the songs? That's my kind of complaint in general. Like when I was talking about like just more death metal bands, a lot of them on like Maggot Stomp and stuff like that. It's all good quality death metal. Maybe it's just old man fucking J-Dog. I don't know because I'm hearing it much later and I'm just used to the oldies. But it's kind of like, where's the songs? I was like, it just sounds like a good sounding death metal version, but there's nothing stand out. It's like one long song. So that's why it doesn't like, it's like, it's just background. It's kind of like just death metal I'd put out in an elevator or black metal I put out in an elevator, just a background fucking music, right? So that was kind of my take on it. Maybe if I really sat down and listened to it 4 or 5, 6, 7 times and got to know it, some of the songs would stand out. That's definitely possible. But first time listen, I'm just like, yeah, it's cool. I mean, literally nothing stands out to me about it. I think actually I will take that back. I think I didn't go and look at what track it was. I was listening to it in the shop. It was track 3 or 4. There was a part, like a good riff or something, where I was like, oh, I actually really enjoyed this part. There was a part that did stand out. I will give them that. And it was somewhere in the middle of it. I think it was around song 3 or 4. What was he about? It's about Void Meditation Cult. Ever heard? That's the $1 million question. I don't know. I mean, it's the guy that runs the guy that's his band is Dave. I mean, he's a we're friends. I mean, kind of friends. I've known him for a long time. It's up to him. I mean, I don't think the band's done. He's definitely has stuff recorded. He's just very, very particular. Like he has stuff recorded, and like I'm sure all the fans like. It's funny because like the Sperm of Antichrist, which was pre Void Meditation Cult, and the Void Meditation Cult stuff, when all that first came out, like saying the Sperm of Antichrist tape, like it's just a demo tape, right? That was one of the fastest cassettes, if not the fastest cassette we've ever released. It sold out that fast, and it was a no-name band. No one ever heard of them. So what I'm getting at is people really like his band, and he's really like picky. He thinks like people don't like, this sucks. He's like, I don't know, I don't want to put it out. He's like, not sure about this one. So he has other recordings that are like that. So I'm last I talked to him about it, which has been a while, he has at least another full length album that has never come out, but he's kind of like it's just sitting there, like he doesn't want to release it. And believe me, I've offered, made him really good offers, and he's a one of a kind person. I'll just say that. But I am pretty confident he will do something else. He's very passionate about the music and just the whole image and lyrical content, everything. So it's really his, it's his art. Really, it's not about money whatsoever for him. It's complete just art project, and it's got to be to his liking, or it's not coming out no matter what. And if you offer him $1 million, which you got to that's respectable. I'll give him that. So, but yeah, I think something will come out. But who the fuck knows when? So. What's next? Here we go. Mr. Shenanigans 6669. J-Dog, what's your opinion on depressive black metal? Bands like Leviathan, Axter, Life Lover, so on and so on. I don't like that stuff at all, actually. I don't at all. Um, there maybe has been bands of that style that I could listen to that I would like. But yeah, I don't. When I think of depressive black metal, I did a video. Man, I don't know if it went up yet or whatever, but will be up by the time, whatever order they go on. When I think of depressive black metal, I kind of think more stuff of like the slower songs by like Cradle of Filth, Old Man's Child, Born of the Flickering, some of the Dave Muborger stuff, and I do like that because it's got emotion, it's got some keys and some just breakdown parts that are kind of like emotional. I like that shit. The early stuff by those bands, to me, that's depressive black metal stuff that is actual still music. Some of that other stuff. I mean, I don't know. I can't get into it. It's just, I don't consider it depressive. It's just boring, and all the songs sound the same. I was like, I don't know. So yeah, never was a fan. Next question. Not too many goddamn questions on this video. We will go to. Here we go. Actually, there's a few more. Henrik K. So, yeah, here is another Mayhem question. Do you think Grand Declaration of War got as much shit as it did because it was Mayhem and people compared it to De Mysterious Dom Satanas album? Or is it just that awful to you? I'll try not to rip on it too much because I will admit the last time I heard it was, what was that, 2001 it came out? I remember hating it. I remember thought it was terrible, but I mean that was 21 years ago because I did hear it when it first came out. I didn't buy it. I think it was either Chase or Eric that ordered it, and we listened and thought it was junk. And then their tour, we were supposed to see them on a tour. That was the first time I saw Exhumed. Exhumed was opening for Mayhem, and I was looking kind of forward to seeing Mayhem because I never seen Mayhem, but I wasn't too bummed when they canceled because they're probably going to play a lot of the new crappy songs anyways. But I mean, obviously they play oldies and shit like that, so would have liked to see them. But they canceled and Exhumed ended up playing for fucking free, and that was the first time I saw Exhumed, met Exhumed, and it was under my story time. It was one of my favorite shows to date. So as far as why people don't like it, I just think I mean, if it wasn't Mayhem, there's no way I would still like it. I mean, probably wouldn't I'd probably just listen to it, like, it's not my thing. But yeah, I mean, obviously it got more ripped on because it was actual band Mayhem putting it out. Just like why does Carcass get ripped on for putting out Swan Song? Same thing. If it was just a no name band that put that album out, people are just like, oh, this is just some death and roll stuff. Either like it or don't like it. But they definitely wouldn't tear it apart because it's a new band. It's like, this is what they're doing. Either you like it or you don't. But the fact that it was Carcass, and from Recompute Facts and Symphony Sickness to that, it's like, what the fuck? That's why it got trashed, right? So yeah, same thing for Mayhem, I'm sure. But yeah, it's been a long time since I heard that album, but I remember not liking it whatsoever. Venom GBH. Hell's Headbangers history. I assume Hell's Headbangers put it on. How many were there? Will it ever happen again? Yeah, you assumed right. Yeah, we definitely put it on. There was, so the very first one, which wasn't really a head bash, it was just one, it's called a head bash. We did some shirts for it, like that. It was a free show at the Warehouse, and that was, I think, 2015. And it was Nunslaughter, Shitfucker. Was it Acid Witch played? Fuck, I can't even remember. It's kind of blurring. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think. Oh no, what was it? Nunslaughter, Midnight, Shitfucker. Seen all these bands several times, so it's kind of all blurring together, and they all definitely played our fest. But yeah, it was at the Warehouse, and it was a cool fucking time. Just one day, it was a free show And then another part of the reason I didn't actually get to see a lot of the show, I got to sneak off itself because I was definitely working. We opened up the way our warehouse set up is it's in a bay where it's like, I mean, this warehouse is fucking huge. It's like I think the total is like maybe 80,000, 100,000 square feet. It's an enormous building, and we just rent out a portion of it for our warehouse. So it was another empty bay where the bands played, which was like about a 2 minute walk from where our warehouse is, and I was in the warehouse part managing people could shop. We just kept the doors open shop, and we had like a little bit of a barbecue going. I think whoever was managing that, I think it was actually our fucking mom running that with like a friend, and so everyone was doing kind of their own thing. I was just like I was tied down at a fucking stand, ringing people up. People were checking. I was there, and it was me and my wife. I think Chase was in there with us too. We had two stands, so I kind of like the event was cool, but I didn't get to like enjoy it from a fan perspective in a sense because I was literally tied down. But you know what, guys, I kind of like it though because I like meeting all you guys and just like talking to you and all shit. So like that was my favorite part of it. Like seeing the bands and shit's awesome and I like it. But all those bands I've seen many times and well, I mean I'm friends with literally all those bands too. So it's not like a big deal. So like I remember when Denseller bought the deer and shit. And someone asked the story. I don't even remember. I just saw like Don had a deer. I don't even know if I talked to Don that whole night actually. And Don's like pretty much my best friend. So like maybe said hello and that was it. So I didn't even get a chance to ask. I was just, so flustered with my own thing. And then, so that was just a one-off show we did in 2015. Then 2016, there was an actual 3-day fest. And then was it 17? We did another one. I think that's what it was. And yeah, and that was it. And then it was over the fest. We're over Labor Day weekend in September, and it was Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and it was at the Agora in Cleveland, Ohio. And yeah, it was really good times. Again, those like I got to watch. I remember watching Sadistic Intent. I really pulled out to watch them. Angel Corpse, watched Satanic War Master, Cyanide. I really picked up, but basically a lot of it I missed too because again I was tied at the merch stand. Especially the first year, it was like it was fucking crazy. I was like, so I didn't get to see shit for the most part. There's tons of stuff I didn't get to watch at all. Um, so yeah, it was just basically working, but it's kind of fun work at the same time. So yeah, I mean, will we ever do it again? I don't know. It's a lot of fucking labor to put on. And we're just all so busy doing the label stuff. I would like to an extent, but I mean, at the very best, it'll be a few years from now. I've got to wait for all this fucking COVID shit to go away to where, there's not going to be restrictions for bands and, people that don't want to get vaxxed and you got to be vaxxed to go to shows because here in Ohio you have to. So things like that. Wait for all this boil out. So it'd be at least a few years if we do it. Because no way, from a business perspective, fronting all this money, flying these bands in, and you got all these handicaps that people can't come out, right? So that would be a no fucking go. So yeah, but it may be cool. The actual all the pre-work shit, especially getting all the merch ready and setting it up and then breaking it down and putting it all away. And then, Eric and Chase manage mostly behind the scenes as far as getting the bands here and shit like that. All the pre-work and all the work involved, I don't enjoy whatsoever. But the actual event itself, even though I am working, good memories. I definitely enjoyed it. I'm really glad we did. I'm happy to say I was a part of it. So, yeah, I would like it again. But we will see. The last video I did, so it's only been a few hours, so I don't think there's many comments, but I'll answer them real quick if there is, and I'll make those last ones. Let's see if there is. I see some comments, but I don't know if there's any questions. Here we go. Teddy Spaghetti Night Massacre. What's up, J-Dog? Watch your videos every day. Fuck yeah. Thanks, Brabach. Keep those views coming. Keep the comments coming, too. I don't remember seeing your name, man. Watch them every day. Make sure to leave comments every day. My first question is have you and HH ever thought about opening a storefront shop? Kind of similar to the last question, actually. Yeah, it's been talked about. Chase really wants to, but I don't want to. Let's just say that. And the reason being is I'm the one at the warehouse every day. Eric and Chase, they work from home because they do all the behind the scenes shit, and I kind of manage all the fucking physical crap. So I already know what it's going to turn out to. If we do have a storefront, it's going to be literally basically our warehouse, but set up more store friendly. And it's going to be me babysitting people when I just don't have time to. It's not that I love meeting you guys and I love coming out and then, and if people want to shop and stuff, it's awesome. But I literally I don't have time to do it. Otherwise I get nothing done. So Jason's just like, yeah, it's great. Have a storefront. It's great. People come in the shop. Well, it's because you're at home and you just have to fucking do it. So of course it's easy for him to say that. If it's going to be just me fucking dealing with it, that sucks. Now, there has been other things where ideas, well, no, we'll have our separate warehouse and then we'll have a separate store. I just don't know if that would be like economical enough. Like I can't see like people like and then just managing the copies, like for example, like X amount of merchandise at the store, and then hey, what if we sell one to mail order? Oh fuck, the last copy's over there. Now you gotta drive up there. It'd be a lot of fucking hassles, and I don't know if it'd be financially worth it to have a separate storefront. So the only way economically it could be done, in my opinion, from a most economical standpoint, was just the actual warehouse we're in, have it set the store kind of set up there store friendly. But again, I just don't have fucking time to manage that, and I already know it's going to be fucking me doing it. And if that was all I had to do was just sit there and fucking like maybe I'm sitting there replying to emails or casing up some CDs and waiting for customers to come in and manage them, fine, great. But I got to make sure all the orders and shit go out per day, and I can barely get that done as is. And then plus the emails and all employees and shit asking me questions, and they need lists and stuff to do, and like there's just no way I'd be able to manage people coming in all the time. So the kind of where that sits. So doubtful that we will, but never say never. Maybe we'll call something. Maybe we'll, I don't know, hire someone that just manages the storefront part, right? Maybe a pretty little girl sitting there, right, and fucking greet you at the door and hey, I'll show you around, and she could just babysit you and watch it, make sure no shoplifting, et cetera, right? Maybe that'd be an option. Who knows? We'll see. So never say never. Last question, which because I said this video only's got a few views, so I mean a few comments so far because it's only been up for a few hours. Knock it out while I'm here. Triple T. Yo, J-Dog. Sick video as always. Are you a fan of AC? Anal Cunt would be the band then he's referring to. And do you have any stories of any of the members? I'm actually not a fan of AC at all, really. I guess the only thing I kind of thought was cool was Morbid Florist, the disc. I remember we got a bootleg CD of their demos and rehearsals. I thought that was virtually unlistenable. Didn't like it at all. I think maybe some of their 7-inches are cool. I have a split 7-inch. I really like the Ronchus Brothers. I'm sure I don't even know how that band would fly at all today and nowadays with their stuff. I mean, again, I don't know. They sexist and racist and feminists. I don't know. I just think the shit's fucking funny. I don't. If they are, that's their problem. I'm not racist. I'm not a feminist. I'm not a sexist. I just think the fucking music's good and the shit's fucking funny. I can take a joke. So I do like the Ronchus Brothers. And they did a split 7-inch with them, and I own that. No stories in AC. I've never. I've been at shows where they played. I think I maybe watched them briefly, but never watched them. I mean, Seth Putnam always kind of came off to me as kind of like a. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to talk shit about the deceased, but he came off a person I wouldn't hang around with. He's kind of a druggy, like I don't know. Just wouldn't be a type of person that I would be affiliated with, just to say the least. That's just not my crowd. So, but I mean, he was friends with Dawn of the Dead and Unslaughter, and Don's pretty much my best friend. And ironically enough, I was at a party at Don's. It was like a card party or something he was hosting, and that was the night Seth died. And Don was bummed. He got a phone call. And he's like, "Fuck, Seth just died." I was like, "Oh, really?" I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "Cause obviously I know who Seth Putnam was, but I didn't know him. I don't even think I've ever met Seth. But just ironically enough, yeah, Don was friends with him, and I saw him to be at Don's house that very night when he died, and that was 10 years ago now, something around there. So I remember that. So that's the only kind of like story. So no, I mean, legendary band. I'll give them that. They were original for what they were kind of like the metal version of fucking of what's the punk guy everybody fucking hates? Why am I drawing a blank? The guy G.G. Allen. Maybe he's kind of like the Seth Putnam and Anal Cut, almost kind of like the metal version. Maybe not quite as crazy as him. I guess that's kind of what I always picked him. That's the metal grindcore version of G.G. Allen, right? So yeah, I don't know. It wasn't really my thing, but I know people that love him. I think it's cool that some of they were like an underground status band where they had really, really rare 7-inches and shit where there was like super few pressed and just underground spirit. I liked that about them, but the music never did much for me. Morbid Florist I thought was kind of like listenable, cool, but that was about it. So yeah, that's about about what I think of AC. And then no stories. Didn't know the guys or any other guys other than Seth. I don't even know who was in the band. Don't know anything about that. So yeah, guys. That was it for the questions. That's my answers, and keep them coming. Leave them in there. Like I said, if I see 200 views, I want to see 200 comments. God damn it! And I'll knock them out just like this. Give you a shout out, answer them for you. So keep them fucking coming. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.